So I've had another stupid day where I was actually looking for something today. I've sort of gone through all my things and I still haven't found it. It's my recharger to my expensive phone, which I bought for cheap. So I don't know where on earth I put it. I think I put it in a drawer or somewhere safe, but I just can't find it. So I'm really upset because obviously without a recharger I either have to spend money to get a new recharger or just wait until I find it, because I obviously have it somewhere. I just have no idea where I put it. Checked all my drawers, all my, dresser drawers, and even all my cupboard space. And the only thing I haven't thoroughly checked is underneath all the stuff in the cupboard. But I've checked enough to realize that there shouldn't be anything there. So I'm just at loss, you know, um, as to where I might have put it, because it's definitely not something I would have thrown away. And I'm really upset, actually, because I wanted to experiment, with photography again, and I don't have any working camera at the moment, so I can either branch out and spend $20 to get a new recharger, but that recharger was actually with the instruction booklet too. I sort of know how to use the camera, but I don't thoroughly, so anyway, so I could, spend $20 to get a new recharger. Fair enough, it's not a big deal. But, I might just wait a little while until I decide what I want to do, because I'm not in love with photography. I just practice it every now and again when the movement moves me. But, I just don't know where it is. So I've looked for several hours today, but I didn't find it. Then I played around with this new software I bought, which was a waste of money because it's too hard to figure out. The only thing it can do is it gives a clearer sound on your stuff, but it's not the best. It's not even good to use commonly because I need something kind of easy, not like some sort of high-tech lab, which is what I realized. I thought it might be one of those things which is kind of easy to do, but I'm not into music. I just try and tinker with it, So I'm not like smart, and I don't know anything about, one thing or another, and I'm not really willing to learn because I'm, I'm I don't really want to know these things, I just want to tinker with some sound, and to a little bit more advanced than what the software that I'm currently using does. I used to have this great software which could do like different sound effects, and sure enough this new one does it, but it does it on a more professional level. It's not a one-touch button to give you a certain effect. So it's very disappointing for me because I don't really care about this. I mean, it's a high-tech gizmo which I can't even use, really. So, no, I didn't ask for my money back yet because I figured, well, it does make the sound a bit clearer. I could keep it on there. But, I sort of want to rip it off, but when I forget about it, I'll just have it there. But I don't really want it. No point when I can't even use it, So, I've looked up free downloads and found like a heap of things for free. And I'm like, oh, I'm so stupid. I spent like $20 on this new age thing thinking I got the cheapest price when there's all these awesome free ones that you can use probably a lot more easy and will be able to give me new new way to edit your sounds. So yeah, so I wasn't very impressed, and I bought it off eBay, and I was like, oh, that was so stupid. I should have checked the free downloads first and free downloaded something. Even if you free downloading something in a trial, you use it and get to know it, and then you realize, oh, you love this, and actually buy it in the future. So Um, so I'm very disappointed with all this stuff. So I've spent half my day trying to forget about it, which helped me keep on searching for my recharger. But it's just been a day of, upset. I realized, the person I live with, once again, we don't get along, and I forgot to put down a salad fork and knife for who I live with, and she said, "Oh, like she was like saying that I'm self-centered and stuff, like always thinking about myself, and literally, like, I totally forgot, to just put a knife and fork down. I mean, she doesn't always wait for me to put it down. She sometimes just grabs it herself. But, the one day I forget, and, suddenly slamming it down, you're something so negative. It made me realize I really don't want to live with her. I sort of just want to jump up, lie to the bloody banks, and say, hey, I want this expensive house that, I can't really afford. But yeah. But because I really do have had enough. And I know a lot of people think, oh, your family's so together. When they think that, see you living together, it's so perfect and harmonious. And really, we've had enough of each other, for ages, and we're not in love with each other. We're sick of each other, I just happen to be living here. So, but whenever I want to jump up and move somewhere, I get a lot of negativity as well. Like she says, "Oh, don't move anywhere," and then and then but I want to move. So and then she wants me to move when she's ready for me to move, and until then, I get slammed with negativity about not moving. It's like, oh, some reason, oh, some excuse, oh, some logic. And then when she wants me to move out, she's like slamming down this hate level, like saying, I hate you, and, disrespectful. So, like she hasn't invited you to stay, she suddenly snaps and says, like, get out, you're an F and F, F and beep, and it's like all this disrespectful attitude coming back at you, and you're just like going, you, you know, you're like, you're just thinking, well, I really should have moved here in the first place. I mean, I think I just took a wrong turn. I should have just turned off my mobile, try and think to myself. But it's really hard when you don't get like a lot of support from anywhere, if I'm, so, but I'm sick of it. I'm sick of living here. Like she just has to say one thing, and I'm like thinking, oh, I really wish I'd just not moved here, because I don't want to be living with her, and I don't want to be living where I used to live with those people, because they're playing little games, and it's crippling me, my life, and making them upset, and and we're both upset, and no one likes each other, so it's a similar thing where they're sort of so I don't want to live with anyone, but I hardly ever have a job. We're going through some stupid virus scare, which is supposed to be serious, but no one has a clue about what it's about. But and that's not helping people think, oh, you're great for jobs, and I don't have great looks. I know people think I look okay, but it's like sometimes an employer outrightly just wants something perfect, and then they look at you and like, oh, you're not perfect, and sort of, it's already downgraded the interview, and all you've done is smile, sort of thing. So, um, but I just my life is very slow. and it's very hard because everything's so slow. And it's like, come on, there's some sort of momentum in the world, and everyone's like strung to it. And then you're like, what have you done in the last 20 years? And you're like, I don't know, I just walked around in a circle every day. And so, it's, you're not really, keeping, upturning momentum. You're just trailing, like dragging behind a lot. So, like, your life is like slow, like, it's like, okay, it's like been like 30 years and what have I done? Nothing, and it's like, well, an opportunity, knocking. But it's getting worse now because everyone still wants you to look like you're under 20 and you're getting up to like 40, and pretty soon you'll be over 40 and you're like, and everyone wants you still under 20. So it's like really hard on you because you don't really look that great, but you're still the same person. But yeah, like I said, like I don't ever know what I'm doing. But I want to leave again. I want to go to this magical apartment that's more expensive than what I ever would imagine to buy. To have, and even though like I love houses more than apartments, I want to rent an apartment in another state and just say, this will have to do, But I said that about the last one that was too small, so if this one's under the same kind of thing, I don't have the deposit anyways, but it says 5% deposit. And you're like going, yeah, it must be big enough. So, and I get a grant, so that'll last a year or two. So 2 years will be swimming easy. I don't know. I just don't know, but today I was upset again. Just for, that sort of moment in time. And they were actually chucking a fit because, they suddenly wanted to go for a magical walk to go down and get some groceries, for which you normally need a car unless you feel like dragging your groceries home. But they didn't go in the big shop they wanted to, they just wanted the money. And they pocketed the money and they did a little shop, so they made it sound like they wanted to do $80 worth of shopping and they were only doing like $15 worth of shopping. Then they pocket the money and it's gonna use it on another day or something. But I know why they weren't happy. They weren't happy because we weren't walking together. Two, they weren't happy because they didn't really want to walk with you. And when you walk off to go and do whatever you want to do, they walk off with the groceries and go home by themselves. And and you're like trailing behind with, I went to pick up some, things for me. And you're trailing behind by yourself and they're not happy, because you weren't walking with them. You're just like doing whatever you do. But, the only reason I needed to go was to give them the money because they're getting a new card and they don't have a card to use. So, but I think, and they made this lame excuses like, oh, I don't want to use the car. Even though I'm going to use it for double the travel time tomorrow and don't feel like using it today. And I want to do shopping, and you're like going, well, that's not like a good time to not use a car. And then, what do you know? They're gonna drive at normal speed tomorrow, and obviously they were allowed the car because it actually does work, and it's not gonna. A mechanic wouldn't get a person to drive a car away if they thought it was unroadworthy. So, I think they just wanted to go for a walk, and they're like, I do feel like driving the car today. Let's go for a walk. And then I get pissed off because you weren't walking with them all the way. And they probably get agitated from walking near you. So, and then this, cutlery thing happened. And they were like, and then they were pissed because you didn't have seconds. They were pissed because you probably didn't look at them enough when you were eating dinner. And we're having chicken. I didn't really feel like chicken especially. But I still ate it. So, once again, they're holding in little pissed off feelings. And I'm just thinking, I've had it, and I want to move. So, I mean, I could be annoying and inquire about this building. Because I couldn't. But that's, you know in my mind ultimately, like, I want, like, a townhouse, But, any place is okay. Really, I mean, even 150 would be okay if I found a good place that was stable and you're not going to get flooded or anything. So, well, really, right now, any place is good, but I can't afford it. I don't have a job. I know I started a job last week, but it's not like a well paying one. In fact, I'll be surprised if I have any money in my account this week. I'm supposed to be paid tomorrow, the day after, because I was supposed to be paid on Friday, and I did not get any money in on Friday. So I'm thinking maybe tomorrow I might have some money coming in, and then I'll be like, wow, I did get paid. But and none of these are the best jobs ever. They just give me bits of money and stuff, and yeah. But I'm going to be on my computer tomorrow again to start my job again. So. I was sort of pissed off a little bit because, the person I live with is helping a relative of mine with, their third house. And I'm like, that, I mean, they're so circulated over this other person, and they're like, you're thinking, well, I wouldn't mind buying a first house, but I know, there's no money left, for me. Like they only want to support this person, like, pride and joy or thing, and it's sort of their lifelong mission. And so whatever I do, I'm on my own really, and it doesn't make me feel confident. So, but I just do what I do. No biggie.